Hi Abe, it is Wednesday, the 7th of January, and I am downstairs because in my room, which is the attic, it's generally about 20 degrees warmer than outside during the winter, and it's like 10 degrees out. So I'm down here. Quick disclaimer, I scripted this video before I found out about the terrorist attacks that happened today, so that's not what this is about. France has had a problem pretty much for as long as it has existed with anti-Semitism, and more recently with islamophobia. And both of those things are on the rise in Europe dramatically in the last 2 or 3 years, which is terrifying, first of all. But I'm going to talk a bit more about France because that's the thing that I have the biggest emotional connection to. Basically, for the last significant amount of time, like 10 years or something, there's been a law in France that's like you can't wear symbols of your religion outwardly, which is already a problem because it's freedom from religious imposition, but it's not freedom to practice your religion. So that's terrible, and it's enough to really cause a problem, but it's enough to cause problems that make you angry as opposed to make you scared. But on top of that, it's really unevenly enforced, so nobody stops the nuns from walking around in habits, but they do make young Muslim girls take off their headscarves if they want to go to school. I'll put some links in the description to articles about that, as well as what's happened more recently. It's transferred from just bullshit and things to make you angry and just hate the world to actually dangerous, violent anti-Semitism. So, for example, burning down synagogues. This it makes me more scared than most of the other incidents of anti-Semitism that I hear about in Europe, because I've wanted to live in Paris for years. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why we romanticize Paris as a culture so completely. But, like, even other cities that are romanticized aren't romanticized as much as Paris is. You know all sorts of things about how terrible New York and LA are. But do you ever see a movie about the scuzzy underbelly and the disaffected youth of Paris? No, Paris is the city of light. It's beautiful and it's perfect. And I knew that it couldn't actually be that way, partially because I already knew about some of the anti-Semitism and Islamophobia that were on the make you angry level, and partially because utopias don't exist in real life, and of course it's not real. But I did think that I would get the chance to actually go to Paris before my dreams got crushed. I had plans. I had legitimate, like, well thought through ideas of when I was going to go and what I was going to do. I was planning to study abroad for a semester in France, not necessarily in Paris. And then my ideal job I would be able to telecommute to after going to central offices or stuff for a while, like you would gain the privilege or something. I've heard about businesses that do that, and it really made a lot of sense to me, and so I thought that would maybe be what happened to me. And then I was going to live for a year in France, probably in Paris, and it was going to be wonderful, and it was not going to be everything I dreamed, but it was going to be good enough. And now I'm not going to go. Maybe when I'm an adult, there's been more time and things have died down, but not in a year and a half or however long, and not to go visit over the summer or anything, because it's terrifying. Because to be there and to be safe, I would have to deny an important part of who I am, and I'm not okay with that. And I realized that in the same 2 or 3 years span of time, things have gotten worse in America, or at least more obviously bad. Like, don't think that I don't realize that, but it's not been mostly in the direction of anti-Semitism, and because I am lucky enough to not be directly threatened, because I'm white passing, I get to be very, very angry and disappointed and disgusted. But I'm lucky enough to not have to be scared in America, mostly. But I'd be scared in France, because, I mean, I look Jewish. So you guys get a really emotional, angst-filled, but I think legitimately video today. So that all sucks, but bye.